Right guys, I'm in the town of Condom, so please don't snigger at the name, you're far too mature for that. It's not that much further south than Amet, where the last video was from. As I'm meandering gently down towards Spain at the minute, things are very quiet. Campsite is closing tomorrow, 1st of September, because there are no tourists. So it's all a bit odd. But anyway, let's have a look around town. There's also hopefully a couple of interesting cars knocking about. I've seen a couple. Now then, what's peeking out behind this Peugeot? A second series Mahari with a detachable front grille in orange. Very smart. And behind that, a Charleston. There you go. Nice surprise. And another oldie. A BX this time, one of the last made. Don't see many on the road now, considering Citroen sold so many of them. I had several and really loved them. They were great cars. I can't remember the last time I saw one around our way. Comfy, fast, economical, handled well. I must admit, when it first came out, I preferred my GS's. But once I'd owned a couple of these, I started to appreciate just how good they actually were. Right, onward and upward. So we're going over there and up towards the cathedral you can see in the background. Right, an impressive frontage without a shadow of a doubt. And inside there's some wonderful cloisters, or cloistered area anyway, which we shall go and have a look at in 1 second. But what a doorway. A bit weather beaten now, but very, very impressive. Let's have a look inside. And then just outside the cathedral we have this statue of the Three Musketeers, well, 4 of them, but anyway. The Musketeers actually operated in this area down to the Spanish border, not the fictional ones obviously. So next, cathedral, this huge vaulted complex, which would have been cloisters presumably, now covered over in the middle, because I believe they hold events in here now. And there was a market here once when I came as well. The cathedral was on the route to the cathedral at Compostela, which is a famous walking route. The 4 routes through France are joined together and went across northern Spain to Compostela. And this is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I believe the whole town might be. But anyway, and there's still people walk them today. And the church is one of the stamping posts where walkers can get their passports stamped, their walkers' passports stamped, so that they can get a certificate when they reach northern Spain in Compostela, to show that they've walked the entire way. Although sadly, I think I've only seen 2 pilgrims in the entire day so far, whereas normally you would see hundreds. So the current situation is obviously stopping a lot of people doing the usual route. The edge of town is full of these huge houses, absolutely massive, built on the money from Armagnac. There's a short stretch of canal on the river as well, which bypasses a weir on our left. I'll show you the way in a second, but there's a boat going through at the minute. And this is what the canal's avoiding, a steep drop. And there are 2 buildings, one there and one immediately on my left in the trees, which were presumably powered by this drop in the water. Very scenic, very restful, the sound of water falling as well. It's a fair old drop. Right guys, that was Condom. I'm going to head back down to the campsite now, which is along the river, the Blaze. A very short walk along its banks back to the campsite. Great little town. If you ever have the chance to come down to this part of France, it's not as well visited as lots of areas, but it's just absolutely steeped in history. I love it. I come an awful lot. So that's my little bit for tourism in the Gers.